Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of G&A Podcast. I am Alberto's other body pillow, Dribby Doo, and I am joined by my co-host.
Ainz's favorite throne, Soberoni.
I feel like yours is slightly more lewd than mine.
Maybe.
Somehow.
I had to think of it on the spot,
know.
so maybe my mind went
I
that
don't
way.
know. Some of our Ainz loves to sit on all the time. Well, welcome back to another episode of G&A Podcast, where basically we just want to be used by anime characters, apparently.
Yes.
And this week we have a wonderful week of anime where shit happens, shit gets real, and it's actually the real world.
Anime edition. Let's get it started with things getting real on Attack on Titan Season 3, Episode 8.
Shit. I'm really...
So, I don't blame you if you don't, instantly remember this episode, only because it was kind of disappointing after what we left off with.
Agreed.
It was
Agreed.
just a lot of build-up.
I feel like it feels like a waste of build-up because there's like even more build-up because it's like, oh, it could have just been a normal Titan, but no, he's a mega super hyper mega fucking Titan.
That's I feel like you had enough build-up for this to be like a showdown between Eren and Race, but instead it was like, no, now let's make one it was a wasted. It was a wasted opportunity because now I feel less hype about next week's episode than I felt about this week's episode going into it, you know?
Yeah, me too. I say what you will, I actually just really love Historia. Like, that's the only saving grace. Like, Historia literally just keeps getting infinitely better. Like, towards the end, where she, like, literally just accepts just being the queen, and she just dresses back, and she's like, okay, but I'm not gonna be some bitch who just stands on to the side and shit. Like, I was like, oh, you... Like, yes. Yes.
My theory is that Eren is a foil to Historia. Like, Historia's just shown how amazing she is based off how shitty Eren is.
And yeah, literally, it started this whole episode, like, Eren literally starts off by crying like a little bitch. And yes, yes, he saves everyone's life by becoming a Titan, which is what he normally does. But... And then later on, he's literally just like, no, just eat me. Let me get eaten.
Why don't you let me die? He had so many... I hate it. I really hate it. Like, when did he become this whiny...
Yeah, like...
bitchy? Like, I feel like his character keeps regressing to this. Like, he'll stop for a while, he'll be badass, and then he'll just regress back into, like, it's my fault. Everyone hates me. I want to die. Kill me now. So... I don't know, like, Eren is just... I can't like Eren. He's just too...
I don't know, and it's like, before it was like, oh, his character was like, not memorable, because he just kept getting kidnapped. But he was like, but at least he responded in a normal way, like, what the fuck, I keep getting kidnapped. Like,
yeah. I feel like Eren is just a bunch of different main character shonen tropes that just rotate. Maybe he has, like, split personality. Like, one moment he's Naruto, next moment he's, like, fucking Yusuke, next moment he's just super depressed, like Sasuke. Like, he just rotates personalities.
He really does. It's just really sad. That's, like, he didn't have to sacrifice his character so much just to make Historia so amazing. I mean, like, I feel like there's, like, enough for both of them.
Yeah, like, they could be awesome together.
Yeah, like... Jesus. Yeah, just because he does something cool, like turns into the Titan, save everyone, that like I need to make this known. And this is one of the reasons why I still will not like Naruto as a character. Just because you do something strong and OP does not make your character good. It does not. It does not.
Well, to give Naruto credit, he does get a lot better in Boruto, from what I've seen.
I don't give a fuck, because that's a whole nother series. I'm talking about Naruto.
Well, the very end of Naruto.
I didn't watch the end of Naruto.
Maybe you should, instead of judging him.
No, I'm so sure. Like, if it takes to the end of Naruto and Naruto Shippuden for him to get better, then I don't care. Yeah, that's already too long. Like, you already took too long, bitch.
Yeah, but now I get your point. It's just I don't, and I feel like this episode as a whole was just point. Like it felt fillery. Like I know it wasn't, but
I know what you
nothing happened.
mean. Like, it was like, here's all this stuff that's happening, but yeah, it feels like nothing's really happening.
Like he
Kinda.
kind of just left off where we started at, where it's like we're gonna face the Titan. Like, wasn't this exactly where we left off last time?
Like, yeah, like we're fighting a Titan. The next episode, we're actually going to fight the Titan. Oh god, literally half the episode just shows him just growing out the ground. Like,
So wait, did he just drink a potion that just said armor on it and was like,
yeah,
got a power up like this is fucking Mega Man or something?
yeah.
Cool. Whatever.
None of his powers were his own, so it's like, you can't even be mad at that
I
point.
kind of am because that seems like a cheap. Like if he has the power to now just be an armor titan or whatever,
A cheap?
because
Did you say that seems like a cheap thing? Hello, he was injected with Titan power by.
Yeah, but he literally just picked up a bottle that gave him power.
Oh, that
like,
wasn't as simplistic as injecting himself with, Titan fuel.
yeah, but there was like a narrative reason for that. This was literally like just a man. If only we had some kind of titan that had armor. Look, I just found a bottle on the floor that gives me armor power, even though it was never referenced before or alluded to in any way. I just have this ability now because I found a bottle.
It was a bottle that Historia had in the hand.
It
was probably one of the many Titan drugs that turned people into Titans.
I hope they find the stash.
Stupid as it sounds, that's how Eren became a Titan. That's how Rice became a mega super Titan.
Yeah, but I kind of get it from their point of view, where it's like there's this whole ceremony, and there's like,
Rice? If anything, Rice's was more stupid. He literally just licked it and turned into like the biggest bad guy of all time.
I'll let them get. I kind of wish he was just a regular Titan. That was kind of stupid. He doesn't even look like a Titan. He looks like a giant slug that's just
it's
from
really,
a fucking sci-fi
really
movie.
Gross. Like, it's unnecessarily gross.
Yeah, it doesn't even really resemble Titan. But anyway, I don't know. There's something about this having a bottle that just says armor power up. Like I'm fucking playing a video game or something, and he just
Would you rather him literally I don't know, eat Reiner or something?
Yes, but also I'd rather him just maybe learn it from Annie or like maybe they run into Annie and Annie's like, oh, we all have this power. Let me teach you how to use it. And just like a wasted opportunity.
But Annie's kind of frozen forever.
Well, eventually she has to unfreeze. So.
Does she?
I'm pretty sure she's around this long. It's not like she's gonna be frozen forever and never come back and never play a role again.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they would just kill her off.
Yeah, true enough.
Anyway.
I love how Sasha literally just said what we were all thinking. She's like, "Wow, this little bitch is just being a little bitch. Like, she's gonna die, not being a bitch and transform."
I love Sasha.
Yeah, she was pretty great. I love how Rice it was bad enough that he was even bigger than the Colossal Titan.
Mm-hmm.
It's now even more stupid that that his ability, one of his special abilities is everything that I come to contact with immediately combust.
He's a super Titan.
Oh, cool, something convenient that no one can actually touch him without dying.
Yeah, I feel like Attack on Titan has always had this kind of sort of rules to its, I guess, a loose amount of rules to the way that the Titans operate, and now we just went into Crazy Town where it's kind of whatever, I'm a Titan that blows shit up now, or whatever,
yeah,
I have a power up that gives me these powers now.
I'm huge and I set shit on fire. I like the special ones because it's those made sense. Okay, you have a little special thing, but you're not overpowered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're reaching the shonen levels where it's just power level things, where it's we just get random power ups, and this one's suddenly stronger than everyone else because reasons.
Also, random theory.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's some kind of kinship or like maybe some kind of like mind control that like the founding Titan has over all of them. And I'm assuming the founding Titan is like that
Well, yeah,
giant motherfucker.
they did reference it, like his will overtakes them or something.
Yeah, I'm assuming. I didn't know why I didn't think about it, but like that giant one is. I'm sure that's probably the founding one.
Which
I'm pretty sure
one?
That giant Titan that actually talks English.
Probably.
Like, because I thought about him. Doesn't he also have the ability to yell and then all of a sudden the Titans just kill?
Oh yeah,
people?
that's a good point.
So yeah, if anything, we met pretty much the founding Titan or something very close.
Yeah, we still have to figure out his whole side of that's a whole other area we can explore in the second half of the season.
Yeah, this world is so huge. Oh,
mm-hmm.
All right, let's get
talking about huge topics.
Overlord 3, episode 9 and 8? Question mark. Okay, before Oni tackles the shit show that happened in the comment section. I'm just gonna say all I literally want to say out is the best name appeared for one episode, and that was Robert Dyke.
Oh, Robert Dyke? Yes. Robert Dyke is fucking... I love Overlord's names. Overlord has the best fucking names. What was the other one from last... We had Climb. I forgot the other ones. There was a bunch of... So many stupid names, but I love them.
Like, wasn't Brain?
Brain, Unglaus, Climb. There was, I swear there was another stupid name in there somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, like Robert Dyke is Robert Dyke is.
I just feel like the creator just yells things, or like something just flashes in his mind, and he's like, "That's a name. That's a name."
I think he just blasts like American television. And you heard something about like Rava, and then he heard someone be very offensive to lesbians. He's like, "Yes, Robert Dyke. Yes."
Anywho, that aside, I do want to touch back on episode 8, in that we kind of missed out talking about Ainz' motivations and if we think that he's out of character, since that seems to be a contentious topic in our comment section.
Oh, Fitch! Before we started, he only pointed it out to me. I saw all the text. I'm just like, yeah, no.
I didn't read the whole thing. All I know is because I was gonna kind of bring it up before last week, but I forgot. But I don't know. I feel like, to me, I can see why people think he's out of character, because he's never really done anything this egregious. But just from a perspective of what we've seen of him so far, like, this is not the first time he's killed innocent people.
Yeah.
Remember in season 1 he killed that other adventurer who was coming with him to investigate Shao-Tier? And he just, up and killed him. So
I actually don't remember that, but yeah, no. As someone said in the I saw very briefly, someone said that he's like, yeah, I don't have any emotions about people dying and stuff. So, and it's not like, he is trying to look out for the good guy or whatever. Like, that was never his intention. He's called Overlord because he's trying to fucking be an overlord. He's literally trying to rule.
Yeah, which we're gonna get back to that name Overlord when we get to actual episode 9. But yeah, he's trying to rule, and I don't know. I guess I can kind of see, because he does show emotion sometimes where he's he clearly has favorites, where he'll protect people who don't necessarily need he goes out of his way sometimes to protect people or be a nice guy.
Yeah, he does it sometimes, but he can't do it all the time.
I think it's more so
for not people that we as viewers are invested in, but he is not.
Also, he asked them before they rated his. I guess as a test, Yeah,
he was like, "Are you guys prepared to die?"
And also, he was like, "Why are you raiding my temple?" And they were like, "Money." And he was like, "Oh, okay, that's good to know. You guys are all dicks trying to rob me."
Exactly. So it's if people try to rob you and you're home, you defend yourself.
I still do think that if they had met under different circumstances, he would have found something for
Yeah,
them
yeah,
to
like
do.
they met before. Like if they met while he was like in disguise of like Momo, then yeah, he
Yeah, because he's done that before with other adventurers, where he's like, "Don't kill that adventurer because they're quote unquote useful," even though,
yeah, he's just like he has some form of attachment to them. That's
yeah.
all.
So I get it, but then I'll say for now it's within the realm of his
Yeah, it's
character
a
to do that.
possibility.
We'll
That's
see. Maybe
totally
next
spot
maybe
on.
next week he'll go and like burn down an orphanage or something and have to defend.
Yeah,
that.
yeah, like yeah, he starts like killing, like start like I don't know, like eating babies, like or something like that, and then maybe there's actually I think it was Angel, the spinoff from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, or like yeah, they're literally like vampires are literally like eating babies. I'm like Jesus.
Yeah. Hope we don't get to that part. That's kind of a. Then I can't defend them. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. Probably can't.
But
But
moving
that
on
being
to that,
said,
yeah. Let's talk about this week's episode, which was pretty good, in my opinion.
it was now as to why he's doing all this, I'm like he's killing some people because it's like okay, you sent people to like invade my kingdom, retaliation. Yes, it was for like I would say if you said this episode you're like, whoa, he just sent his people to kill like a lot of people to make a point. It's like, then maybe I would understand a little bit more, cause it's like we can assume he just killed like I forget the twins. Like the twins just killed a lot of people.
Yeah, they killed
We
like a
can assume
whole
that they killed, like, a
guard.
decent amount. Yeah, like we can assume they killed a ton of people. And yes, that was for he had his reasons for doing it, but. I know that is a little uncharacteristic to kill so many people at once.
I just liked it because there was so many. This is why I like Overlord, because there was not a single like punch or fight, but
Yeah.
there was so many epic moments of just like badassery on Ainz's part. Like the whole setup where he's just like flexing on them and like, oh, this is my badass maids, my badass mansion. Oh, let me change the weather real quick.
Like, yeah, and then he's like, "Here, are my giant, like, the giant skull knights. Like, oh, they're good." And I'm like, and you know what? Instead of using them to slaughter you, they're just gonna serve you tea.
Yes. I kind of like imagined him doing that like Dave Chappelle Prince thing, where he's like, "Bitches, these are some pancakes and play some basketball." Like he's just like, "Whatever, I'm fucking Prince."
Word, yeah, that I get that. How'd you say that?
So that was great. Just having him flex on everyone, having the whole plan come together.
Yeah. Oh, I love the ruler girl.
Oh yes.
I forget what his name is. I'm purposely trying to forget it so I can just call him ruler girl.
I do like him. I actually like him as a character.
Like I'm like, wow, if Gil was like this in Fate, I would actually like him a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like he's like smart enough that he knows about Princess Renner. Like he's like, yeah, something's off about her. I don't like her.
Yeah, he's clearly like really smart, but he's.
Yeah.
I liked how they they did that whole sequence where he's in the carriage thinking about like what, how does Ainz know this? Like puts everything together and he realizes the other dude betrayed him.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, oh no, or Demiurge. Either Demiurge or
yeah, it was
Ainz
like Demiurge was explaining it the whole time.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is actually what he's thinking.
Yes, that was so great.
Oh, that was.
My one issue though with this episode was when they were all coming up for titles for him and they were like, oh, we should call him Super Sorcerer King.
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'm like, I think they were doing that just to like, I think they were just doing that to like make fun of the series. Like, I think that was like a
That's I'm leading on, but how badass would it have been if like Demiurge or somebody just came out and was like, how about Overlord, and like the theme played or whatever. That would have been fucking great.
That would have been an awesome way to end the episode. But then they were like, okay, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna cut you off.
Yeah. They could have ended the whole series on that note, and I would have been fine with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like. I like Gil. Even though Demiurge already knew everything, like I still like Gil, like tenacity. Like
Mm-hmm.
instead of just laying down and dying, he's like, no, these guys are clearly like trying to kill all of humanity.
Yeah, I'm interested
Yeah,
in seeing their political games with each other now.
exactly. While they're pretending to like each other, when they're
Mm-hmm.
like ready to kill each other, literally at any point.
So yes,
Ugh, spicy.
we're looking forward to it.
Speaking of spicy, the next episode of Isekai Mao was
My
yeah,
episode of the week, by the way,
of course it is.
episode 10. I'm sorry. This was. See, this is an episode I don't think you would like, but I fucking loved.
Of course I wouldn't like it. What the fuck would I
It
like
was
it?
funny, and it was like it subverted a lot of tropes. Don't get hung up on the fingering thing.
See, why'd you have to say it?
It was funny.
like it. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just it wasn't for me. I can accept it wasn't for me. Yes, I can accept that if I was not gay, yes, I probably would have enjoyed this like a million times more. Like I've seen funnier ecchis. Just saying.
I liked a lot of what it did. Like, for example, first off, Edelgard knows some shit because she had like perfect finger form. But anyway, that aside, I liked how it like set up the villain.
Wait, I don't wasn't the one who fingered.
No, but she showed showed eyes.
I mean,
She showed
it's weird.
Diablo how to hold his fingers.
I mean, it's kind of pretty self-explanatory. It's like you don't finger someone with a fist.
No, but she had like two fingers extended, and she had her pinky out for the butthole. Like I don't know, she had like all this stuff.
I think that was a shocker already.
She knew she had form.
She did have the shocker already. That is weird, but Oh yeah, I love how they literally just like kind of like smash her face in it. Like Alicia's bad. She's really bad. She's
There was
super
no
fucking
subtlety
bad.
at all. I'm like, how does Diablo and them not realize that because
I
at
know,
one point
they're
she's
like-
just screaming like,
like-
"Are you
they're
okay
like,
with this,
no,
Edelgard?
No, they're crazy to kill people. Why isn't she killing people? Everyone needs to die now.
Why are you guys still alive?"
She's freaking the fuck out. Everyone's like, "Whoa, are you okay, Ram?" Just don't ignoring Alicia. And thinking, okay, Alicia, let's go back. Like, stop screaming. Let's
Even
go back."
Edelgard was just like, "You gotta chill with this whole kill humanity stuff."
Yeah, like, yeah, even the demons were like, "Whoa, girl, like, relax. I don't want to kill people. Just live."
I loved how it was like it set up the Demon Lord as the final boss. Like I'm thinking the whole time it's gonna be the Demon
Yeah.
Lord, but
Yeah,
it's like
and then
nope.
they're like, she's actually the last Loli from the ending, and I'm just like,
She just joins your harem, and now Sadler and Alicia are the final enemies apparently.
Yeah, essentially. Even though I don't really care about Sadler, but
I don't know. I kind of like him. I don't know why. I just like his look, like his outfit and design.
oh
is
yeah,
really cool.
no, his aesthetic is pretty cool. But that's as far as I would go. Like, no, he's just like typical. Like, I have a small ego and an even smaller peepee.
Yes.
So, so yeah, good ecchi scenes all around. The fingering as well as the magic transfer scenes. But I feel like I'm surprised
we
that
broke
Fate
it, the
isn't,
Fate
like,
territory.
outright just like suing them at this point.
I liked Crumb. Crumb. I don't know if she's named Crumb because the biscuit thing, but I like her. She's a good addition to the squad.
Let's see. Do I have anything to say?
There was a good fight in the middle.
Huh?
There was a good fight scene in the middle of the episode.
Yeah, it was yeah, decent fight scene. See, I'm not even mad. Despite what I said about like me being all like weirded out about like the ecchi and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I still like Isekai over High School DxD.
I
still
would
prefer
say,
this.
if we're just comparing it to the last season,
Yes.
Probably, yeah. I think this is more. I don't know. My big thing with High School DxD was still just the order of things was kind of off.
I think this is just funnier, and the ecchi isn't
As blatant.
it isn't as blatant. I mean, this episode.
All right, well, it's blatant, but it's like it serves a comedic purpose. I think a lot of High School DxD last season was just like, oh wait, there was no boobs this episode.
They're like, oh my god, we all have to get naked and try to hump him. Like that was it for like literally like 8 out of 10 episodes, or 8 out of 12 episodes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just like Isekai Maou. Like I'm okay with Isekai Maou. It just we'll just check this up with the, and this is another thing. It's not that I didn't want to watch Monster Musume at all. I know this is a random thing to bring up during the podcast. This is one of the episodes, and Monster Musume is one of the series I just didn't want to watch in front of your parents as they're walking back and forth.
Ooh.
See, unlike you, I have shame. So
Shame.
So yeah, like this was one of the episodes. Like I'd be like, oh no, we can't watch this.
What? You mean we're not watching it in the living room surround sound?
Oh god, that was so uncomfortable. Like I still think of that moment, and like my stomach just like, ugh, like I get a little queasy. Ugh.
Well, all right, fair enough. This was a good episode, but let's talk about another really good episode in Chio-chan, episode 10.
Oh, so like I said, I feel like this episode was in my mind. It was slightly it was slightly weaker than like the last couple episodes.
Yeah, I would say it's a lot weaker than the last couple episodes.
Yeah, okay, it was, but like I feel like because I was expecting it to be weak, the ending or like the Chiharu and Ando thing, we find out that they're brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, man, just comes out of nowhere and literally knocks the fuck out of Ando. This was so crazy. I lost my shit. Oh my god, that was so funny. Because nothing happened the entire episode. The whole episode was just so chill, and then out of nowhere.
Yeah, Manana just shows up. Manana just makes the show.
Yeah, like that. I was so surprised. I actually was like really shocked when that happened. Like that's easily the best part of the episode for me.
Yeah, the whole Chio versus
like
thing.
That second half was like pretty good. Where I love how like at some point like Chiharu is like comparing like, oh, I don't know, this girl you like must be some kind of like super slut succubus bitch. and Chio's like, listen bitch, take that back. You can't let you attack me like that.
I actually forgot what happened in the first half of the episode.
The first half, and this part was, it's like it was weaker, but it was still like funny. I still got like a chuckle out of it. It was like when Momo wanted to eat sweets.
Oh, that was actually, yeah, I kind of got a chuckle here and there. I liked it because it made her I actually like her character a lot more when she's just high on sugar. Yeah, like when they sugar, and then like they kept like hyping her up. Like eventually, like even like the cashier like kind of got in on it. Yeah, I think that was cute. It was a cute moment. Like
funny, and then she was going crazy, like spouting like crazy bullshit, and then it just immediately just cuts to her just like being like embarrassed and just like, oh my god, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah, it was a very sincere, nice scene. It wasn't necessarily the funniest, but yeah. No, the second half was like crazy. Oh man, that was so funny. God, I love how like they were trying to convince Ando was trying to convince like the sister that Chio like actually knocked him out in one blow, and then they kept trying to punch him. Yeah. And it kept like not working until one point where he just like squeezes her boob. Yeah. And then they're just like, and then he's like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh no, nothing's happening.
Don't
Nothing's
worry about
happening."
it.
And then like, doesn't he think they're gonna like maybe have like some kind of like weird like romantic moment? Like, oh, just like get the fuck out of my way. I think I laughed so hard because when she knocked the fuck out of Ando, I thought she was being all like, "This is my girl." What the
That's
fuck
what
are
I
you
thought
doing?
too. Yeah.
And then the fact is literally just to fucking like put her hands, stick her finger up some like little kid's ass. Like that realization made me lose my mind. That made me lose my mind. That was real. That oh my god, that's so funny.
Very well done.
Ugh.
But yeah, good episode. Not as strong as the last ones, but definitely still good.
Yeah.
So.
And then it shows Ando with the cat thing with George.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the cat.
Thing.
Oh, there was like that whole silent movie thing at the end. Yeah, that was pretty cute.
Yeah, it was sad when like, oh my god, when he like was like, oh yeah, I had a cat and then it died.
Yeah.
When I came home. It's like, yikes.
Well, let's move on to Boku no Hero Academia Season 3, Episode 22.
Let's see.
AKA the end of the exams.
Yeah, exam license arc thing.
I'm actually surprised that Deku won.
Are you? I'm not.
I kind of am.
We all knew this was gonna be about Todoroki failing. Like, 100%.
Well, I knew Todoroki was gonna fail for sure, but I was like, maybe Deku fails too. Like, I thought they were all gonna fail, and then they would have to like practice and then come back next year or something.
I feel like I really liked it. Like, I really enjoyed this episode. Like, this is like this is a contender for episode of the week for me.
Does that mean Persona's
like,
episode of the week for you?
Yeah, it was contender for episode of the week. What did I say?
No, I said, does that mean Persona is your episode of the week?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, like I know it set like such a important like message. It's like literally like strength isn't everything. Literally having super strong powers does not make you an OP hero, at least in this world. Because who failed? Literally the strongest characters in the show.
Bakugo, Todoroki, Wind Dude.
I literally call him one guy, yeah.
Yeah. I did like, actually more than that, I liked the All Might scene with him and All for
my
One.
god, yeah, exactly. Like, there's so many good scenes.
There was a lot of good scenes.
So many. Like, the reveal of, like, Mystique, aka Toga. Like,
that was so good.
That's like, of course this crazy bitch is actually Mystique. I'm like, oh man, she would be.
She is Mystique. Ooh, I love her even more now.
Yeah, it's like, I transform into anyone. I'm like, who else would that be?
Yeah, she's like a top tier assassin spy now. Oh, I love her.
But yeah, and then, so like, after all that, and everyone's like all in their feelings, like, it was like really like a very like, kind of like, very tense, awkward situation where they're all like realizing that like failed and it's like shit.
I like how Mineta kept trying to say like the hierarchy needs to be changed. I'm glad Todoroki failed.
Yeah, Lord, I'm like, damn, Mineta has no show. So yeah, that was like so good, and then it was like the All Might talking to All for One. Like, that was also really tense. He's like, yeah, here's all the things that's gonna happen. I'm not gonna be in here for long. It's very like it just felt very X-Men-y.
Yeah, it did. It felt like Xavier and Magneto, like that their prison scene. I wonder if it was like directly contrasting to that. There was a moment where they're talking to each other, and it was like the camera was on the glass, and you were looking at All for One, but you saw the reflection of All Might like on All for One's face. And it was like definitely done to like show the parallels between them.
Yeah.
That was a really nice shot.
That was very well done. It was super cool. Yeah, it was basically, I don't know, like All for One literally just shitting all over All Might. Like, that was so good. And All Might's like, I still resolved to fuck you, fuck your life up, bitch. And I don't know. It was just very good. Like it was just very good. Like okay, we're different people. We're still gonna try to stop each other. We
Mm-hmm.
basically hate each other. I'm glad we had this reestablished in a very like tense but good conversation.
I kind of felt like coming out of that, it feels like All for One kind of won in a way, like because All Might
Yeah,
doesn't have his powers. All for One is
yeah,
like, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna get out of here eventually. You know, my
exactly.
prodigy's still got his. He's all like he left from the nest. He's all set up. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, like I'm like
I'm
yeah, he knows
set.
what he's doing without me. Like, can you say that about like
Hmm.
your guy?
So yeah, I mean, it was very interesting. I love the dynamic between All Might and All for One.
Yeah. And then of course, like, and then of course the talk between Bakugo and Midoriya, like,
Oh yeah,
where he's just like, yeah, you pretty much got the power from All Might, didn't you? And he's like, yeah, and he's like, okay, so, and this is one of those things where it's like, it's just a continuing shift, whereas he's like, it's more like, okay, I'm still acknowledging you, but like, we need to fight. Just like see how much you made this power your own.
mm-hmm.
So I thought that was like really like it's a really cool but like super intense scene. That was really intense.
Yeah, and I'm actually looking. I want to see their fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. Like, oh god, like I was talking to a coworker about it actually, and she was like, yeah, she actually is starting to like Bakugo.
I do too. He's kind of a good blend between like he's annoying sometimes, but he's not. I don't hate him. Like even when he's annoying, he's kind of funny. But
Yeah,
and
like he's gotten like better since season
mm-hmm,
one. Like yeah, since season one, like season three, like now he's like, oh, you actually have some kind of. You're not
personality.
so. Yeah, you're not just like I'm yelling and mad at stuff and angry all the time. Nah.
Yeah, like you can see he actually goes through like a struggle. So
Yeah,
yeah, I like Bakugo.
yeah. Because now I feel like he's using like he's using Midoriya as like
A measuring stick.
yeah the measuring stick to see how far he's come. Because like now he has no reason not to. Because Deku has his license and he doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably why he's so pissed.
Yeah, yeah. Probably a good assumption to make. So yeah, no, this was like such a good episode that even though it did not have one fight, it just
Mm,
had a lot of good moments.
it
All the
did.
conversations were good. The result, when they got the result, everyone was like, and the three like realized they didn't get their license. That was great. Basically the conversation between All Might and All For One was great, and then lastly the talk between Bakugo and Midoriya was great. It was all good.
It was all
Nope.
good. I'm tempted to make it my episode of the week, but too late.
You already
I've already
gave into
given the
your
claim.
bestial desires. You lesser than human.
Yes.
With that being said, let us move on to Steins Gate Zero, episode 20. 20. Yeah, nope, just
Episode
20.
20, yeah, because it wasn't
Yeah,
last
which
week.
is my episode of the week.
Woo, we're going to get into contention here because I am going to have an unpopular opinion in that I didn't really like it that much.
It's okay. But just like even though I just took a bunch of shit about you not liking or I give you a bunch of shit for liking
Isekai? Yeah.
Mao because of like really not great reasons. It's the same for Steins Gate. I just
Yeah.
liked it. I just liked it because Ruko was a fucking badass.
See, and I didn't like it because I'm like, why the fuck is Ruka suddenly like a sword wielding samurai? Why is everyone? I just feel like I feel not that hard, like that.
Wait, and you're like, why is everyone so different all of a sudden? It's
No,
not all
why
of a
is
sudden,
everyone?
it's literally-
Why is everyone suddenly like a fucking Navy SEAL caliber survivalist?
You know it takes like literally like a year or two of training for like the SEAL to be deployed, right?
Okay,
What do
but
you think
that
it's
doesn't
fitting
mean
for-
Ferris can be a fucking Navy SEAL. Like, I don't
don't know that.
That was way over the top. I don't know. I just kind of it kind of like lost me because I'm like, okay, like the last is my Yuri gonna pop out with a fucking rocket launcher?
Like, you know what I should do? I should actually just focus on being prettier. That's what I should do.
No, but you can have her do other things besides just be like it's not really believable for me that Ferris is now combat ready, taking on soldiers. Like, it doesn't fit her personality. Like, maybe you could have her be like an intelligence person or something. That's just like at the doing like what Maho did, where she's like at the base.
You know, they're all equipped to like fight. They all
Dude,
like.
Maho was not running out there with a fucking machine gun.
Okay, well, Maho is Maho, but
okay, and Ferris is Ferris. I don't see Ferris with her.
I'm very sure they give a gun to. First of all,
she brings her gun to the maid cafe.
First of all, even Daru had a gun. First of all, that's another reason why Daru was kind of looking like, you know.
Daru was badass because this whole season is just.
I was like, he kind of looking like daddy now.
This whole season is just made to make Daru fucking amazing.
Yeah, word. I'm like, hey, Daddy Daru, what's good? Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I don't know. I think I kind of found him kind of hot, like that he got older and slimmer. He's like,
I don't blame you, but
he's like, he has like a better haircut and doesn't have like that. He's not so like wide, like comically wide.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's still kind of like stacked too. Like, he's stout, not like skinny. He has a way more believable body shape.
Exactly.
But yeah, I just like my suspension of disbelief was because for me, Steins Gate has always been somewhat realistic. Like, it's been pretty much realistic.
So time travel was like, that's like believable, but
like even the time travel, like they take their time. They
Master of Sword style. 15 years of Master of Sword style. That's what you talk about.
Alright, but doesn't mean you can run up and like slice people in half when they're shooting you. Like, she's like a.
Yes, that's
like
actually what it means when you're like.
Oh, okay, yo, I'll get a Master Samurai from Japan. Yo, alright, let's do this. I'm gonna get a Master Samurai from Japan that like knows Kendo's been doing Kendo or whatever for like 25 or 30 years, and I'm gonna put him up against a fucking Navy SEAL from like 500 feet away and give the guy a fucking machine gun, and we'll see how good the samurai is against the Navy SEAL.
Okay, first of all, that's bullshit because that's saying you're comparing something. Oh, let's compare this anime thing to like.
That's what I'm saying though. Like,
none
for me, Steins Gate.
And this has happened
Steins Gate. No, because Steins Gate.
Suzuha should have died literally in 5 seconds.
No, because listen, Steins Gate.
10 people shooting at her.
Steins Gate.
No,
yes. No. Can you let me speak about Steins Gate, please? Steins Gate has always operated within a certain realm of belief. Like, even when it comes to time travel, they go out of their way to be like, "This is how time travel works. We're gonna name actual things and actual physics."
Bring that up until ignore the fact of the Suzuha.
Because Suzuha has already been established as like a superhuman being that's just like the Suzaku of this world. That's my problem though. Why is everyone now Suzuha? Like, you can't just be like, "Oh, this is Suzuha." I accept because.
Taught her to fight.
Okay, but that doesn't mean Ferris. Suddenly, Ferris and Daru are as good as Suzuha. Like, no, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry, it's stupid. It's stupid.
I don't understand how you.
That doesn't necessarily mean Ferris trained. Like, listen.
Do you realize literally the lack of logic that you're following?
Because you're because you're like saying, oh, it makes sense that they're all, even though none of their characters is ever established that they're athletic or fit in any way, they're suddenly all superhumans now. It doesn't. No, I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense. I got the Suzuha thing. Suzuha was explaining.
What reason did you have to be besides you go for the apocalypse? Like, which is the
because
same
she
thing
grew up.
that everyone else
For
did.
me, I believe Suzuha because it's like, oh, she grew up in this desolate world where she had to learn to fight for herself.
So everyone else won time in there. So what's your point? Everyone else went through the same thing.
No, but she was born in that world. Ferris was not. Ferris is already a character that's like, this is my character. This is what I do. Ferris is not a fucking soldier. She's not a fucking soldier.
Have you not watched The Walking Dead?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. Sorry. It's just my suspension of disbelief is too It was
Wow.
for a show that's always for a show that's always for a show for a show that's always tried to operate within bounds of reason.
But Ferris should still be at the makeup phase.
I draw the line.
Food, right?
I draw the line at having Ferris and Ruka be like super soldiers. I'm just saying. Of all the characters in Steins Gate, I'm not gonna put Ferris and fucking Ruka as the super soldiers of the group.
There's no one else. Everyone else is dead. It's an apocalypse. Like fuck.
But that doesn't necessarily. All right, so if there's an apocalypse tomorrow, and I show up at your house and like buffed up and like, all right, Drew, I'm suddenly a master of fucking 20 different martial arts.
That's my point. And use that tomorrow. It's happening over 20 years.
Okay,
later.
but even 20 years later, even 20 years later, I still wouldn't be a. It's not in my nature and my build to be a fucking supreme martial artist.
I guess you just died. Congratulations.
Yes, that's my point. They should have either been dead by now, or they should have used some of their like actual things that they're good at. Ruka is obviously rich and has a lot of connections. She could have been an information broker. Not Ruka, Ferris. Like, that makes sense. Not her being a fucking...
It's an apocalypse.
Because she has a lot of information. Like, if Ferris, if it was like, oh, we're all hiding out in Ferris's underground bunker that she's had built because she's super rich and she has all these connections to all these people that help us out, that's believable because that's already established in her character. There was never once in any point in time where Ferris was established as like, oh, she's also proficient with weaponry. No, that doesn't exist. Play to her strengths. If you have a character...
When you're apocalypse, so people are trying to kill you, you actually have to learn how to defend yourself.
Okay, but that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense that
Yes,
they're
it
all...
does.
No,
You
it
have-
doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, because there's a difference between learning how to defend yourself and being a master fucking samurai, like from Walking Dead. This doesn't make any fucking sense, alright? There's a logical leap in between those two extremes.
He was training.
See, because Daru was shown to use a gun.
He wasn't good at first, but 20 years later, he gets better. 20 years.
Not that great. Like, that doesn't make any sense.
20 years.
There's a difference. There's a difference between learning how to use a weapon.
That's not even half your life. And you're saying it like...
Because, listen, Ruka was never... First off, they showed the whole flashback where Ruka was barely able to swing the sword. And now suddenly, like I said, there's like Navy SEALs. There's fucking helicopters shooting at her. There's fucking... Alright, but Drew, there's fucking helicopters shooting at him and shit. And he's over here like the fucking Matrix. Like, there's a suspension of disbelief. The... Steins Gate has never been a world where everyone is superhuman and able to deflect bullets and kill people with samurai swords. Other than Suzuha, it's believable for Suzuha. It's believable for Suzuha because Suzuha has already been shown as a character that this is what Suzuha does. Suzuha is like Suzaku from Code Geass. She inexplicably is just amazing at combat, but no one else has ever been shown to be inexplicably amazing at combat. So for all of a sudden for them to be inexplicably amazing at combat, but that's so stupid. Because by your logic, just because it's the end times, they can all be amazing at whatever they need to be amazing at. Oh, it's the end times, so of course Mayuri is now a master hacker on par with Daru because they have to survive in the end times. So of course she learned how to hack. No, that doesn't make it goes against her character. She has other things that she's good at. I can understand why she would be there and, like, giving support in the way that she can give support. But you can't just make everyone's character do a 180.
You can if it's a 20 years of a 180.
Oh my god. There's no setup for it. There's no setup for it. It's just everyone suddenly is amazing at combat.
I wonder, do you think, like, criminals take 20 years to become criminals?
Oh my god. Of all the shows for us to have these debates over.
20 years old. They live a perfectly good life. Stuff doesn't happen to them, like, and they just and they don't just like.
Okay,
again,
like, there's a difference between being. There's a difference between being
50
good.
years for them to be criminals? Like, do you think that's how it works?
There's a difference between, okay, now I'm competent at this, and hey, I'm now Suzuha. Like, there's a difference. I'm sorry. There's a big...
Suzuha was literally... No. Okay, so see, and this is why I literally blows my mind. Because Suzuha could not have been any older than 20. So, and like, it's like, okay, it took Suzuha less than 20 years to become Suzuha. And now you're saying, by that logic, you're saying
because she was raised there.
You're saying Ruka as a teenager is the equivalent or less than as Suzuha being a baby. Therefore, they can't have the same growth in the same amount of time.
Because they're different upbringings. Like, it was established that,
At that
Suzuha
point,
grew up. No, because it was
Apocalypse,
established
everyone
Suzuha
is
had to
being-
fight for her life, and like in every day was like a struggle for. Ruka lived more than half her life being in a fucking shrine, not caring about shit.
Puzzles happened, and then that stopped.
There's a difference between being born and getting it through impression and like just learning it. Like there's and natural athletic talent and stuff like that. There's a huge difference.
And you're right. He probably didn't develop it first, but then he probably was like, "Hey, I need to get tough. I need to get tough, or else
I need to fucking become Superman. Hold on, it only takes 20 years."
In anime time, yes.
That's my problem. Because look, you're comparing it to other anime. You're like, well, this happens all the time in anime. Yes, it does. But Steins Gate especially goes out of its way to try to maintain some level of realism and like suspension of disbelief. So for it to just suddenly go into a fucking apocalypse world.
First of all, just saying uploading one's consciousness and making it into like AI. Oh yeah, we just
but they constantly reference real events and real things and like go into the whole physics of it and like actually use real theories and all that shit just to like sound convincing and believable and plausible. So for it to just be like, wow, suddenly it's World War III and everyone is fucking Call of Duty level, like we're silver soldiers from Call of Duty.
It's not suddenly; it's 20 years later.
But there's never been an establishment that these characters were good at these things.
I'm sorry
that you think. I'm sorry that you think just because it's. I'm sorry that just because you think if the apocalypse happened tomorrow, 15 years from now, you'd be a super soldier. That's not going to happen. These people did not have the ability, based on what we've seen, to even survive a world war, let alone be super soldiers in a world war.
You're just saying that because you're biased to Suzuha's first impression, where she was a super soldier, and then Ruka, where Ruka was like pretty much the complete opposite, and then now
because it doesn't make any sense within their characters to do this. It doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense for what's her name, Ferris, to be a super soldier. It doesn't. It just makes no sense.
She's not a super soldier. First of all, she just knows how to handle a gun. Like you can learn how to handle a gun.
She was in a shootout with them.
Okay, you can learn how to shoot a gun in 20 years.
She learned how to shoot a gun against trained soldiers in an army.
You can learn how to shoot a fucking gun in 20 years. Yeah, like,
okay.
Yes,
against presumably either Russian or American troops. Like she knew how to get cover and all of this bull. Like no, I'm sorry. There's suspension of disbelief here, and I'm sure people in the comments are going to agree with you. Like, oh, it's 20 years. My problem is there was never any hint of this. If there was like one random scene where Ferris was shown using a gun and was like, oh yeah, actually I like using guns, that would be enough to justify it. But it was not shown. Therefore, it breaks my suspension of disbelief because there was nothing in her character to show that she would even survive 5 minutes in a fucking post-apocalyptic world.
Just to spite you, I want to get a gun license and literally you're professional to handle a handgun.
Because there's nothing to like. Listen, if it was like the same, but here's the thing: if it was the same scenario, but like Ferris was in the base with Maho and was like, listen, they paid for this whole base and I'm keeping everyone safe, and then she had a gun and was like, and by the way, I learned how to use guns. I can use it in self-defense like Daru can. Fine, but if she's in a shootout with fucking trained soldiers and comes out unscathed,
say it first, like. Because you didn't say it first, I go, by the way, I'm not in a gun.
Because it was never established. It's out of the realm of my
entire life
belief.
to the point where I know some kind of I have some kind of tactical like awareness.
Okay.
As someone who's been fighting these people forever, literally for half her life, she's been fighting these people at this point. That's actually half her life she's been doing this.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, show me that. Show me that scene then. Don't just say, don't cop out and be like, it's 20 years later, so now they're all magically fucking amazing.
It's not 20 years later. Like, it's not magic.
It's 20 years, it's a time skip, so everything's fine. We can do whatever we want, because it's a time skip.
I feel like I'm not going to tell you about me being getting professional at weapons. I'm just going to randomly just be, like, not available for random times for a moment. Like, not
Drew, put yourself. Just use me as an example.
Later, like if something happens, I just get a gun and start shooting a bunch of people, Drew, and they're like, "Whoa, how do you take them all out?"
You know me. I can't walk like even 10 blocks. I'm super lazy. I don't have any proficiency in martial arts or guns. If there was suddenly a World War III breaking out tomorrow, and then we got separated for 15 years, and then you met me 15 years later, and I'm like, oh, Drew, by the way, I am now a professional soldier, and I am fucking super fit and can do, like, super acrobatics, and I can run miles apart. Like, you would be like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. Last time I saw you, you could walk, like, 5 blocks without dying. How did you even survive the initial wave?
Because it's the fucking apocalypse. That's what apocalypse is.
Okay, but my point is, based on what we've seen... Based on what we've seen, they shouldn't have even survived. How did Ferris survive? How did Ferris survive long enough to be good at this stuff?
Because honestly...
Where did she train at?
Because probably people who do know how to use weapons probably like, hey, you need to learn how to fucking defend yourself.
Which people? How? This is what I'm saying. There's no details given. It's just you got to assume that this is what happened. She just magically survived the World War III this long, even though she's never had any weapons training before, and now she's just a super soldier. That's it. Just fill in the blanks. It's lazy.
I feel like you're shitting on like literally like, and that's like I'm getting like triggered because like you're triggered. Like I'm getting upset at like literally just like. I'm thinking about The Walking Dead and how everyone was literally so like weak and defenseless and useless because they're like, and it's like cut to later where they're just like, oh, well, we know how to fight, so, and shoot guns. Why? Because we're in a zombie apocalypse. So we actually either have to do
No, because zombies are zombies. These are trained like soldiers. There's a difference.
Well, no, it's not just zombies. It's also people who are trying to kill other people.
Are said people like fucking SEALs? I'm just saying.
Actually, a lot of them are to become militarized because they're like, yes, we're a militia, so they can. That's
fine, and you know what? That's fine for Walking Dead because it's established that tone since the beginning. The Steins Gate has not done that. This has come out of left field.
For a long while, it was literally just about like, we need to learn how to fight zombies. We need to learn how to fight zombies.
Okay, but for a show that's set up...
Oh, we need to learn how to fight people, or else we're, like, these crazy people are going to come
Okay, but there's not such a logical leap between fighting zombies and fighting people. And what I'm saying is, for a show that's already established, that does all this foreshadowing, that goes out of its way to put as many details to be believable as possible, for them to suddenly just be super soldiers without any blanks being filled in is a little it comes out of left field. That's all. It breaks my suspension of disbelief is all. So I wasn't a big fan of this episode. It was fine. Like, it was entertaining. For entertainment value, it was fine. I just feel like it was really, really unnecessary.
It wasn't. Ruka's a badass trap. Ruka is the MVP. Rest in peace, future Ruka. You're a badass. Of course, the gay character has to die, but it's whatever. And that's all I have to say about that. Oni can be in disbelief or whatever.
Yes, I will be. I'm glad that this fucking thing can now make this podcast go over an hour, but fine, fair enough.
I'm so, like, I'm upset.
Well, now you know how I feel about you and your chin arguments. Well, chins, how can the episode be good and they have chins? Anyway.
Oh, you know, I have way more to talk about than their chins. That's like 50% of it. There's like other 50%. That I can go into High School DxD. Thank you very much.
Let's not. Let's go on to Persona 5 episode.
Oh God, I do Persona. Oh,
episode 23.
So fucking over. It's over everything now.
What an anticlimactic way to end this podcast.
It really is. I was going to say wrap it up. I'm done. Oh God. So. Okay, it's the detective's arc, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. I like the character development for Akechi.
Yeah, there's a lot of Akechi development this episode.
Yeah, I like Futaba's outfit I know that's like a very minor thing to mention, but I actually did like Tao's
Listen, I'll
outfit.
take all the pros we can get from Persona 5.
And then like the way like she wore her jacket like kind of hanging off her arms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was kind of cute. I like Akechi changing his mind. He was like, "Oh, he's changing his mind all of a sudden. Like whatever. Like that's cool." Um, I don't know why they tried to like invite Akechi to do the thing. Like I thought that was if it was me, I'd been like, yeah, I'm agreeing with Makoto. That's a very stupid idea, considering like it feels like he's on our dicks like
Yeah.
every second. But they did it anyways, thinking they could outsmart him, even though he literally was like, I actually knew it was you guys the entire time, and I have also had my persona. So, ha.
Fuck you, I knew everything. I'm gonna catch you.
Yeah, basically. I like the funny moment with like the spicy food. I feel like the spicy food moment was like to like kind of like soften everyone up to be like, oh, he's a bit of a ditz, like ha ha
He's
ha,
just like us.
maybe he doesn't really know much, or maybe he doesn't know as much as we think he does, and then he's like, ha, just kidding. Even despite me being stupid, I'm actually really smart.
It was all planned. He did that on purpose to lower their guard.
Exactly. Let's see. The haunted house thing was pretty funny.
That was a great scene.
That
The
was
masking. That was, I will say, that's like an anime original thing that they did really well. Good on them.
That was well done.
Yeah.
Akechi, basically just reveals that he knows everyone. He knows that there's like an actual bad guy, and just like help me or you get blackmailed. I'm like, this sounds familiar. I feel like literally like the last 3 arcs, like the last 3 or 4 arcs, they were just blackmailed into helping.
Pretty much. Yeah, there's a lot of blackmail in Persona.
Yeah. I like watching the persecutor, be unraveled and whatnot. Didn't they go after? Didn't they decide to go after her, or did I just think that up in my head?
I think they went after her.
Yeah.
Now I'm confusing it with the game.
Yeah, I'm like, because they're like, oh, this is before you like targeted me next, right? Like I remember that when she says that in the anime. I just assumed that she was next. Oh yeah, she also released a 30 million yen bounty. I'm like, God, you're like kind of really shitty for a lawyer at this moment. I've never seen such a desperate lawyer.
30 million.
30 million yen. That's like
300,000.
300,000. Okay.
I mean, I'd turn them in.
Nice. Yeah.
It was a decent episode. It sets up the whole next arc, which is fine.
Yeah.
Akechi got some development, which is fine. Nothing crazy. Standard Persona 5 episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I think with that, I think that we're gonna wrap things up. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. If you enjoyed this episode, and if you, enjoy Oni's lack of suspension of belief, I think I said that right. I don't know. I'm actually really tired. I only have 4 hours of sleep. By all means, like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our Twitter. Check out our Discord. It's diggity dope. If you want to go the extra mile, join us on Patreon. Become a member of Patreon, just like all these wonderful members, and take advantage of all of our wonderful, beautiful, super sexy, cool, fun, awesome, amazing, great benefits. Let's see. Oh, catch our Nuzlocke, which is going on.
Oh yeah, we have a Nuzlocke.
Yes, our Fire Red Fate Stay Lock. Anything else?
Be nice to me in the comments, please.
Yeah, be nice to Oni.
This is gonna be a repeat of that Vlad vampire
Yeah, with the
thing.
vampire thing. Yeah, that was so great because you were fucking out of your mind. And yeah, just remember, whenever we have arguments about this, I'm just usually always right. Oni, do you have anything?
Sure.
Do you have
Nope,
any
that's all I
last
have to
words?
say. That's all I have to say.
Yes.
I've said all I needed to say.
Yes. Well, this is the end of the episode, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the DNA podcast with Drew and
So, Roni?
we'll catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.